Okay, so Anne-Marie, this is a fascinating story. Evidence left at the scene of the crime was pristine, as the DNA expert told you there. So why weren't they ever able to find a suspect?
It's really interesting. You know, they did the usual search. You check CODIS, which is a criminal database. They couldn't find a match. And you think DNA evidence, that's got to be the best evidence possible. So then they started to look at the idea of familial DNA. So we can't find the actual killer, but maybe we can find a relative of the killer. The problem is, in Idaho, you can't do a familial search in the criminal database. It's a violation of the rights of the relatives of the people in that database. Funnily enough, though, they were able to do a familial search in a public database.
Right, like an Ancestry.com.
Right, exactly. But with Ancestry.com, it's very specific. Ancestry.com had purchased a public database from a different organization. And so that database had always been public, and it was part of Ancestry's broader databases. Most of those databases are private, but this one portion was public, and that's how
but even
they
if
were
they're
able
private,
to do that.
you can pay the Ancestry.com fee, right, and still have access to it.
Yes and no. The police wouldn't be able to pay and pretend to be a person.
Yes.
You can't do that. You have to be the person that you're saying you're going to be, right? If the police want to check Ancestry.com's private database, they need a warrant. They didn't need a warrant in this case because it was a public database. It is now a database, though, since this happened, that Ancestry.com has made private.
Okay.
So you can't do that, yeah.
So that means that, so the question I think a lot of people who are watching this are going to have is, can anybody get in there and search for a family member of a killer?
Right. No, you cannot. And it was a question that I had because I've done this.
Right. You
That's
did
how I came to
23andMe.
I did 23andMe, right? And immediately afterwards, the other thing that I did immediately afterwards, I uploaded my DNA profile to a lot of other websites because there are a lot of commercial websites out there that will tell you things about you, tell you if you need a certain supplement, whatever, based on your DNA profile. And so that's the other thing that I did, is I uploaded my DNA profile. I can't speak for some of these other places that I uploaded my profile to, but I know for 23andMe and Ancestry.com, these are private. They are private, and police need a warrant to get access, to use it in the way that they did in this case, and they also need a warrant to reveal who the person is if they do find a match.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Incredible
Just
reporting.
the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
There's
just the tip
so
of
much
because there's
more
so
to
much
this
more
story.
to talk about in this story.
Yep.
It's your first 48 hours.
Yes.
We're so proud of you. I miss you here at my side,
I'll be
anchoring
back.
with me. Yeah, we'll be back next week, right? Anne-Marie Green, thank you very much. You can see Anne-Marie's full report, The DNA of a Killer, tomorrow night on 48 Hours. That's at 10, 9 Central, only on CBS.